I think many of the people that you talk to that are successful, they believe in this. And you see that we are, I wouldn't even say slowly shifting, we are quickly shifting to a mentality that's kind of the opposite of this, where it's almost like instead of eating what you kill, you want someone else to do the killing and then complain what's for dinner, if that makes any sense. It's almost like we don't want to do the work anymore. And that's not working out for a lot of people. And what I see happening is there's a lot of, you see a lot of content on LinkedIn, on social media, from people that don't like the rules of the game or how things are. So they want to change it, or they want to try to operate by a new set of rules. The problem is they go do that and then they don't have a lot of success. And I always say, if you know the rules of the game and you don't want to play by them and you lose, that's your fault. It's about looking at the rules of the game and trying to figure out how you can win. And there's like some universal rules that are never going to go away. Hard work, doing the right work and working hard, for example. It's that topic I talk about a lot where, everyone, well, I mean, with inflation, things are changing, but there's a lot of people that come out of college with that mindset of, I want to work 40 hours a week and make $100,000 a year, even though I don't have a skill, or I'm not good at something, or if I mastered a craft, I'm not great at something. Things just, you don't really see that. Most of the people I know that are making six figures are working more than 40 hours. If they're not working more than 40 hours, and at some point they did work more than 40 hours, they worked 50 or 60 hours to accumulate a knowledge base and a set of skill sets that allows them to make the kind of money in 40 hours. We now expect to just get paid, a large sum of money to show up and keep a chair warm, for example. And I say that in another way because it's not just, eat what you kill. Now, I want to eat what I kill because I'm going to go kill what I want to eat. I don't want what someone else puts in front of me on the table, for example. And that can be food or in terms of success and money. I never want to settle for what someone else is willing to give me. And I think that's I know where I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. A lot of my family in the neighborhood struggled. Some people did okay. But there's a lot of people I've come across in life that don't mind living off the government, for example, and they'll just get by. They're fine with the struggle life. They're fine with the struggle game as long as they don't got to go work. And that's something that just never resonated with me because I was never willing to accept what someone was going to give me. I can't spend my whole life just, oh, that's what you're going to give me for dinner. I guess that's all I can eat, and that's what I got to eat. I want to eat what I want to eat. I want to go do what I want to do. I don't want anyone saying or controlling anything about me. I want to make my own moves and live my own life. And if the government only wants to give you $900 a month, and that's all you got is $900 a month, and that's how you have to live your life. And then that's where I'm like, I don't want to live a life where I have to settle for what someone else is willing to give me. Even when my father's union went on strike, instead of sitting around and collecting money from the government, I worked 2 or 3 jobs as a teenager. At times not even going to high school. He worked a couple crappy jobs, and we got our bills paid, and we kept moving. My father was never someone that was going to sit around and live off the government. He'd rather go work 60 hours a week. He spent over 30 years in a steel factory, so almost 7 days a week, some days 10 to 12 hours a day. Same mentality. He didn't want to sit around and wait for someone else to give him something. What happens when they don't want to give you anything? I just never want to be in that position. And it's funny that this guy, he's in the music business, and I got a friend that says the same thing. He's a pretty well-known producer, but they come in that side of the world. They come from the same mentality of you eat what you kill. Like no one's sitting around just getting a salary to exist. You're either creating and producing and adding value or bringing value. You're bringing in deals, closing your own deals, and you're making shit happen, or you're not. You're not just going to get paid money in this game to sit around and post on social media, for example. You're gonna have to be making some stuff happen, and that whole side of that industry is eat what you kill. And the people that produce and make things happen, then they get a big ass meal. And the people that don't want to contribute or can't contribute enough or don't have the dedication or the sacrifice or the hard work, then they get nothing. And I feel like, again, if you go back and if I look at all the successful people that I know, probably every single one of them agrees with this. They went out and made something happen, and that's how they got there. They weren't sitting around waiting for anybody to give them something. And I think that's, an issue going forward as society wants to make progress. If you want to make leaps and bounds and get everyone to a better place. I don't like it can be negative saying eat what you kill means screw the person next to you. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you're expecting someone to hand you success, it's probably not going to happen. And the rules to that game haven't changed. Just existing doesn't mean that you deserve a $200,000 salary, for example. You're going to have to add to the conversation. You're going to have to bring value. You're going to have to make things happen. If you want to start your own business, you learn really fast that if you're not bringing in deals and closing deals and filling up a pipeline and delivering service, you just go out of business. So it is that kind of eat what you kill mentality, because the business world will end up eating you if you don't do that. So anyways, if you're trying to build a career, if you're trying to get somewhere, if you got a side gig that you're trying to make your main gig, if you're trying to blow your business up, trying to get your business off the ground, you have to keep this in mind. Think right now, if it's 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, if there's no one in your company making a sales call or trying to drum up sales, it's highly likely you're not going to get any sales. Go get on the phone and do something and make something happen. I see a lot of companies fail because you're sitting around waiting for someone else to do something. And you realize that while you're waiting, it never happens. Any business owner I know that ever started something from scratch and made it was a 7-day-a-week hustle, doing everything they had to do, scratching and clawing to make stuff happen. It's the same way with careers. You want to climb up the corporate ladder somewhere? Show up early, work hard while you're there, stay late, show up on Saturday morning, don't mentally check out at 5 p.m., you don't have to live that way. I'm just saying if you want to get somewhere fast, that's probably the way to do it. So, again, it's a different mentality right now, what's going on in the world. But the best way I can put it is, our society right now wants someone else to kill and then complain about it when the food's put on the table. I laugh because where I was growing up, you got a plate put in front of you and you ate it or you went to bed hungry. And I know parents now that they cook something, and if the kid doesn't like it, they'll cook them something else, and if they don't like it, they'll cook the kid something else. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, that wasn't an option for me. My mother, put together some half-ass mustacholi looking shit, you ate it, or you went to bed hungry. It's like, there was no other option. And I just think that's kind of it's like the a la carte world we're living in right now, where it's, we don't want to do the killing ourselves, and we want to go tell someone else what to kill and put it on the plate. It's like, we're just a little bit spoiled at the end of the day. But we look at people who really are successful over a long timeline. Anyone can get lucky once. Look at the people who have been successful at life or business or in their career for 40 years. And you realize their mentality lines up with this quite a bit. And you often hear a lot of people on the other side of it that are complaining about the way things are. You don't see them having a whole lot of luck. They got a lot to say, but you find them struggling. And I struggled growing up. It ain't no fun. I'm not about that life. I'm never going to sit around and wait for someone to give me something. You have to go create it. You got to go take it. And that's my best advice. If you want to succeed in the business world, if you want to build a career fast, you got to go make it happen. You eat what you kill, or something's going to kill you, and then you're going to be dinner. So that's my insights for today. I'm going to catch you on the next one.